What's up, guys? Cody from the GVYC, aka the Shanghai Sharks, coming out to you with a Doomz spreadsheet and combo list. I think that this deck going into BLZD is going to be one of the most interesting decks. It plays a lot like Memento. It plays really well going second, which is really nice in comparison to a lot of the other decks. It feels like Elfnote and Kewltune, they both have the issue where they die really hard to removal going second, similar to this current format Yummy. And it seems interesting as far as it goes, Doomz can play going second a lot better than these other decks. They do also get access to some pretty powerful cards as far as like non-engine wise. There's some definitely like weaknesses and strengths for this deck. I think some of the weaknesses is it does die really hard to like Dark Ruler and droplets and like board breakers of any kind. So that's why maybe Solemn Report, Solemn Judgment, cards that kind of help you deal with board breakers are going to be good because this deck does lose to board breakers going first. Going second, it has a pretty good overall engine though that plays into boards extremely well, being as you get a lot of the effects off pops. And then I think some strengths is basically like the non-engine stuff. So like strengths, I think Magnamut is a really good card that you can play in this deck, specifically against Kewltune, because when they play their entire hand, you're going to be able to switch up what your top deck is. So their whole game plan is they're going to look at your hand, they're going to look at the top draw, and then they're going to try and make plays based on that. But if you can switch your draw with Magnamut, because a lot of your stuff is dragons, it's actually going to be extremely crucial to helping you break boards and try to win going second when normally you wouldn't be able to. Deck gets to play Shifter. Elfnote and Kewltune both don't play super well under Shifter. Kewltune doesn't play at all under Shifter, but I think Elfnote can play somewhat under Shifter. Some tech cards that I think you should consider for this deck when building it and trying it is the Fallen and the Virtuous. This card's just really good to dodge negation, and it is very good to trigger some of your Doomz cards. A really good thing that you're going to see a lot is change and then chaining away to pop change, so that you get both effects, because it has an effect when it's popped and when it's played. And I think that that's like a really good interaction as well. It's just F and V seems good in the format against Elfnote and Kewltune. Obviously, if the current decks like Draco Tail and Yummy and everything stick around and the ban list doesn't affect them, maybe this deck isn't as good, to be honest with you. But we kind of got to see what happens, after Vegas, then the 3v3 and stuff. Some other cards you can consider. There's two different packages you could play to deal with like getting an Omni on your board. There's three ways to get Omnis. It's Varudris, Therion, or Utopic Draco Future. Some of the combo lines I'm going to be showing today are going to be using Therion King Regulus. So I believe that this card is a very good card because there's a lot of combos where Sargass being able to bounce a card, aka like bounce Doomderg, is really, really important, and you want to be able to make sure that you can do that. You can also play the Utopic Draco Future and cut the Regulus from the deck, which is technically a brick, and that's something that you might try yourself. The combo lines are a little bit different. There's also some combos that you can do where you play Nervetto. None of the combos I have in the sheet are playing Nervetto, but you can play it. It's a pretty powerful card, as well as it comes with like Nerva and the Medius. But there's different packages you can play. There's also like a bamboo sword package where you can like draw 7. I think it's kind of cope, so I wouldn't look too much into it, but you can try it. And then Solemn Report. It really depends on how good this card is as well, but we don't really know yet. So just getting into the combos a little bit, I'm going to start with Amalthe plus a discard, and I'll show you that combo right now. So we're basically going to start with Amalthe, and we're going to go normal summon Amalthe effect, add Drastia. Drastia effect, pop, summon, place a Drastia, and then we're going to go into Drastius, attach, rank up, make the new Graflario. This card is the card that makes everything work. And then we're going to detach specifically a Drastia to search Raiders, Raiders, and then we're going to go Raiders Pop. This is going to be a common play line you see in this deck, is trying to go Raiders Pop Graflario so you can get multiple effects. It's one of the things that will get you 2/4s on the field. And then you summon Elara off deck. On res, you get Graflario and Amalthe, so you can chain block as well. You should probably do Elara 2, Graflario 1. The chain block, you get to set the Doomz, and then you get to summon the Zagredo. And then you go Adrastea effect to equip to Zagredo, and then you can go Adrastea pop, summon the 4 from deck, and then you're going to get Zagredo effect here as well. So this kind of gets you to the Power Patron portion of your deck as well. You got Springins, and then you just make any of the 2/4s. Now this can be the Utopic as well with like the Gaga Magician if you really want. But then you make Sargass effect, search Regulus equip. It doesn't matter too much what you equip here, but you're usually just going to want to equip the Graflario. And then you go Power Patron, send the Zagredo, search Vidrium, place Vidrium, effect to summon back and put to extra deck, effect to search the Null Power Patron. You activate it, you go Null Power Patron, banish a card face down from your deck, summon a Power Patron Doomz, and then Power Patron Doomz effect, target to rank up. So you're going to rank up into the Jupiter here, attach, and then you're going to go Jupiter effect to summon back the Adrastea. Keep in mind you still have Doomz set. Now when it ranks up, you can also pop a card on the field. At that point, you're going to pop the Power Patron, which causes it to search, and then you're going to chain Sargass to actually bounce the Adrastea back to your hand that's equipped to the Jupiter. And then you search change, activate Doomz, equip to Adrastea, and then this is what I was talking about where you go change Chainlink 1, Adrastea Chainlink 2 as the Doomz effect to pop change. And then you're going to send destroy destruction. You're going to go destruction 1, change 2. Change will add back the destruction. And then a destruction will equip a Zagredo from deck to something. And then you set the trap. And then this is your end board. You did have to banish a card face down for Vidria, I believe. But you are also able to, you do get a card back in your hand, so you have this for follow-up technically, and this is really good follow-up. You can equip this to your opponent's card. So that's the Amalthe plus discard, and then I can show you Elara plus a discard now. Elara, equip Adrastea effect to equip, rank up into Dictorious. You're almost never using the Dictorious effect going first. You're usually just going second, but here's again Graflario plus Raiders. You already know Graflario plus Raiders. We've been here. Amalthe 1, Graflario. Here you're actually going to summon the Power Patron Doomz off of the Graflario, which is kind of interesting. And then you're going to Adrastea equip, and then you're going to Adrastea actually destroy here. So you're going to actually use your destruction a little bit differently. This combo line is a little bit better in my opinion, because now if they nib you, we have the Adrastea we always have Adrastea destroy Raiders to do something if they nib us, interact with us, and that's pretty much your half board always, is just Adrastea equipped to something is a pretty good half board. You're going to search change off of the Power Patron guy. Then you're going to keep going. This is the rank up, Springin's Merrymaker, make the Sargass effect to search Regulus. We're going to go Regulus here, summon equip. And then you go Adrastea, pop the Raiders, equip the Doomz, and then here we go again, another play pattern. You're going to see a lot, chain Doomz, pop. Yep. Destruction 1, change 2. We're going to equip the Zagredo, equip the destruction. Then we're actually going to rank up in this combo to make Adrastea to equip Doomz. And the reason we do that is because Doomz is a soft once per turn. So you can destroy once while it's equipped to the Adrastea, and you can actually destroy again when it's under the Adrasteas. So you can destroy twice in one turn, and we're going to destroy the Zagredo. Then we're going to get to be able to trigger Zagredo to bridge into the Power Patron stuff again. And then Power Patron, send Zagredo, search Nerva, or Vidrium, summon Zagredo, and here, I believe, and then get the effect, search the Null Power Patron Vidria, and then Vidria for another Zagredo, which makes a Verudris. So your end board is very good here. This combo is slightly better in my opinion, but still good. The next one we're going to do is just change. Now there's 2 change combos I'm going to show you. I have on my spreadsheet. One is a change combo where you get to trap, and one is where you don't get to trap. So you can make that decision based on like game 2, 3, or what you think your opponent is playing, if they hand trap you, etc. So this is change combo. So you're going to go change, destroy Power Patron Doomz, and then it's similar to the Elara combo, but you do have to route it slightly differently. So everything's going to be very similar for the most part up until this point. Get Raiders. Now the thing that makes you have to route this combo differently is you had to start with the Power Patron Doomz. So I'll show you kind of like some different things we have to do. So here, instead of summoning the Power Patron Doomz, we're actually just going and summoning the other body. And then we're going to get the Drastia as well. This is a very similar setup from all the other combos. Perfect. And then we're going to basically a Drastia effect summon Zagredo, effect to equip, effect to pop it, summon back the Elara. See, so we got to use the Elara effect basically to get to the Zagredo, the Power Patron engine. Get trap, make the Swingins, search Therion King. Been here before. Equip Graflario, Drastia effect to summon Pop Raiders. Doomderg, set trap. So basically, instead of bridging into the Power Patron stuff, we're just using the Power Patron stuff to search destruction specifically, so it makes it a little bit nicer. Now, if you start change and you don't think you want to go for trap, you do basically, it's a very similar combo, except you get a Varudris on the end board. So same thing, Doomz change for Elara. Elara effect to equip the Drastia, effects, rank up, Graflario, search Raiders, pop, summon Amalthe, effect Graflario, that summons Zagredo, Drastia. And then a Drastia equipped to Zagredo pop, summon Elara, get this. And then if you know how the combos work, this is basically, at this point, Varudris, once you have this card in hand and this card in extra deck. So you're going to pop, summon, Doomderg, effect, send, add Nerva, summon, I forget the Vidria, summon. And then you get the Varudris on your end board. So your end board is this one more Omni and pop, and keep in mind with the Sargas on your end board, so you can target if a material is detached. So if you detach a material for Drastia XYZ, you can actually target a card on the field, destroy it, or return it to the hand. And you can do weird things like destroy the Varudris, for example, or you can also go Doomderg, destroy the Varudris, which is really good. So you can kind of get that Varudris pop whenever you want. You don't have to destroy it. Next combo I'm going to be going over is just Terminus. I think this is one of the strongest 1-card combos. That's why I think this card should be played at 3. And it's a really neat line, so I'll kind of show you. So you go Terminus, send the Zagredo, add that one, summon the Zagredo, get Power Patron Doomz. This is where Clockwork Knight comes up, so I would definitely consider playing Clockwork Knight if you can. It makes it to where you get a free search off Zagredo, basically. And then Raiders for destroy Patron, summon Elara, body chain block. We're going to set the change, get Amalthe effect, search Drastia. Now we have Drastia plus Raiders on field. If you've been paying attention to these combos, you'll know that this is kind of where you want to be. Drastia in hand, Raiders on field. And then if they ever stop you or do anything, or, anything hits the fan, we can have a half board. Merrymaker, so we're going to go straight into the Regulus. And then Regulus, summon, obviously, equip. And then after we go Drastia here, because we can extend, destroy the Power Patron, set the Doomderg, and then Doomderg change. We've been here before. Destroy, destruction, add destruction back, change. And then we're equipping the Zagredo from deck. And then we're going to go rank up here into the Drastias. And then we're going to equip the Zagredo as well, because the Zagredo was equipped to the Drastia. And then we're going to go into Graflario effect, grab Adrastea, equip Adrastea, and then we go effect of Adrastea, pop, summon back Power Patron, summon a Zagretto from deck off Graflario. And then we go effect to rank up Zagretto, actually, and Adrastea should be engrave. And then you get to summon Jupiter, and then Jupiter summon back, or equip back 2. So there's 3 things equipped to Jupiter, and you can go Jupiter summon back the Adrastea, so you have that on your end board. And then you can, I believe, go into the other Jupiter, and then it gets to equip everything again. And then you can go Sargass here. Basically, you go Jupiter first, obviously, summon back the Zagretto, and then you go Sargass effect, bounce the Doomderg so we can have something to equip to Adrastea. Then you can actually go Clockwork Knight here, send the Jupiter, summon another Zagretto to get Verudris. This is a really cool combo line. Then you equip the Doomderg to Adrastea, and then you have Trap, and this is your full end board, full combo. I really like this combo. And now next, this is technically full combo, but it's like super not what you want to be, but it is Raiders plus technically any name works. But for the example, I'm just going to use Raiders plus Raiders. So Raiders plus Raiders gets to Amalthe gets to Power Patron actually ranks up here for you. And then you keep going, you get to Graflario. When you rank up, the Power Patron leaves the field actually technically by destruction. So you actually get the Power Patron effect to search here to get the Adrastea. And now you're back at that Adrastea Raiders area. Here you do have to go Graflario to search the Adrastea. And then now instead of using the Raiders to pop the Graflario, we're going to be using Adrastea to pop the Graflario. Adrastea, pop, summon back the thing, Graflario, summon from deck. Summon Elara, 2/4s. Elara get changed. Now, we have been here a million times before. 2/4s. This is going to turn into Regulus or Utopic Future as a negate. And then afterwards, we're going to be able to get Adrastea, pop Raiders once we have a negate on live, and then go equip Doomderg, change, Chainlink 1, Doomderg, Chainlink 2. There's a lot of like play patterns that are the very same in this deck every time you're playing. So you're going to notice like, I think this is a pretty free-flowing deck, but you're going to notice there's a lot of kind of variance in what you're doing. And the combo lines are intuitive once you learn them. So then Adrastea, pop Raiders, summon, equip Doomderg, change 1, Doomderg 2, pop, destruction, change destruction 1, 2, equip the Zagretto, Adrastea effect to equip to Adrastea, which is very interesting. And we're going to actually make Jupiter here. Send all to them to the grave. I believe that goes to face up extra deck. I just miss input. And then you go effect to equip, Chainlink 1, Chainlink 2, Zagretto to search. And you could do it the other way as well if you want. This gets you into Terminus. You equip these all back. And then you get Terminus, send. And then if you know anything about this deck, this is a Verudris at this point. But you are going to go Jupiter, summon back Adrastea, and then Sargass bounce the Doomderg, so that you have Doomderg plus Adrastea still. And then after this, you're just going to use the Nerva to get to a Verudris with the Vidrium. Summon, banish face down, and you make the Verudris, set that, equip the Adrastea. And that's your end board, and it's the full end board. 2 Omni Negates, Quick Xyz, Thunder Dragon Colossus, etc. With a little bit of follow-up, but not a lot. But overall, I think this deck is really cool. I think you should give it a try after you look at all of the decks. And I think it is one of the underdog decks of the format, and we'll see if it catches on or not. I will say I don't think this deck could ever be the best deck in the room next format. I think that it might end up being a deck that is really, really well positioned if not a lot of people are playing on it. So I kind of don't want to even put out this video, to be honest with you, but I do want people to know about this deck. And I think that the more people looking at the deck, the more kind of, optimization we can have. if you have any like comments, questions, concerns, any questions about the combos or anything that you think is actually worse, like you think you have a better combo, please let me know in the comment section. Like, subscribe, hype the video, please. It helps the channel out a lot. We're trying to grow as a community here on YouTube for Yu-Gi-Oh! And if you see me at Vegas, say hi and say what's up, and we can talk about Doomz. I'll be at the 3v3 in Vegas and then maybe YCS Columbus with this deck after, possibly. Who knows? But I hope you guys all have a great night. See ya.